Hello, and welcome to Sunday School for this Sunday, January 17th. We have been talking this month about how we are called to be joyful. Today, I will be reading a summary of Ruth. Ruth is a book from the Bible. We can learn a lot from the story of Ruth, and maybe joy is not the first thing that comes to mind. But have a listen and think about why Ruth could be considered a joy bringer. Naomi and Ruth. In the days when the judges ruled, there was a famine in the land, and a man from Bethlehem in Judah, together with his wife and 2 sons, went to live for a while in the country of Moab. The man's name was Elimelech, his wife's name Naomi, and the names of his 2 sons were Mahlon and Chilion. They were Ephrathites from Bethlehem, Judah, and they went to Moab and lived there. Now Naomi's husband died, and she was left with her 2 sons. They married Moab women, one named Orpah and the other Ruth. After they had lived there about 10 years, both Mahlon and Chilion also died, and Naomi was left without her 2 sons and her husband. When she heard in Moab that the Lord had come to the aid of his people by providing food for them, Naomi and her daughters-in-law prepared to return home from there. With her 2 daughters-in-law, she left the place where she had been living and set out on the road that would take them back to the land of Judah. Then Naomi said to her 2 daughters-in-law, "Go back, each of you, to your mother's home. May the Lord show kindness to you as you have shown to your dead and to me. May the Lord grant that each of you will find rest in the home of another husband." Then she kissed them, and they wept aloud and said to her, "We will go back with you to your people." But Naomi said, "Return home, my daughters. Why would you come with me? Am I going to have any more sons who could become your husbands? Return home, my daughters. I am too old to have another husband. Even if I thought there was still hope for me, even if I had a husband tonight and then gave birth to sons, would you wait until they grew up? Would you remain unmarried for them? No, my daughters. It is more bitter for me than for you, because the Lord's hand has gone out against me." At this they wept again. Then Orpah kissed her mother-in-law goodbye, but Ruth clung to her. "Look," said Naomi, "your sister-in-law is going back to her people and her gods. Go back with her." But Ruth replied, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if anything but death separates you and me." When Naomi realized that Ruth was determined to go with her, she stopped urging her. So Naomi returned from Moab, accompanied by Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, arriving in Bethlehem as the barley harvest was beginning. And then, eventually, Ruth married a man named Boaz, and God blessed Ruth with a son who would become grandfather of the great King David. The story of Ruth is usually told to teach us about compassion or loyalty. Ruth had compassion for Naomi and wanted to stay with her to make sure she was okay. She was loyal to her mother-in-law and wanted to take care of her, probably from loyalty to her husband. So why should we think about Ruth and Naomi when we are learning about being called to be joyful? Ruth and Naomi could have remained stuck. They could have stayed in mourning for their husbands and sons, but they moved on together. They found joy in the company of one another. Ruth would find joy with a new husband and a son of her own. I think the story of Ruth is a great reminder that no matter what happens or who you are with, you can find joy, you can find friendship, and you can find God's love and help. God helped Naomi through Ruth. He called Ruth to be a blessing to Naomi, just like He calls us to be blessings to others. So no matter what you are called to be in this life, do it joyfully. We continue to learn the 10 Commandments for our memorization work. Our third commandment is, "You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God." What this means is use God's name with respect. Use God's name with respect. Don't say it out of anger. Don't curse. If you're going to say God's name, it's in prayer, it's when you're reading about him in the Bible, or when you're telling a story about God to others. Okay, so the third commandment, you shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God.
Shout for joy to God, all the earth.
Thank you to Matthew for reading our Bible verse for us. If anyone else would like to contribute a video of you doing a Bible verse or a song or reading a Bible story, I'd love to put it as part of our videos. Just let me know. I hope everyone has a great week. Stay healthy and safe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.